I am getting chills right now. I could see this being adapted to some sort of walkthrough Pokemon experience.
I swear to God, if Universal gets rid of that water tunnel...
You could have a little Starmie and a little Squirtle at the bottom, like it's coming out of their mouths.
And let me be clear, I don't even care if it makes sense or not. Just don't get rid of the water tunnel. Sup, Park Peeps? I'm Demi from Magical Hijinks.
And I'm entertainment journalist Joey Nolfi, strapping in for the Park Peeps podcast, the ultimate theme park show where unhinged passion, travel expertise, and coaster nerd chaos collide.
And this week we're discussing what on earth is Universal building. So buckle up and pull up on that yellow strap as we dispatch for season 2 of the Park Peeps podcast.
Magdal.
You have saved our planet! Come, celebrate with us!
Hello and welcome back to the Park Peeps podcast. I am Joey Nolfi. I'm here with my co-host Demi from the Magical Hijinks YouTube channel, and we are happy to announce our first ever interplanetary broadcast here on Park Peeps. Let's give a little round of applause. Yes! Now, Demi is just Demi is very hype right now because...
Sorry.
Yes,
so
no. Demi is so hyped because, and there's good reason for this, and I will explain in a moment, because if you remember from a few weeks back with our dear friend Byron Marin on that episode, our B-List Oscars, we did recount some of our favorite unsung heroes of theme park attractions, and one of them that I highlighted was Magdal from the E.T. Adventure Ride at Universal Studios Florida.
Diva.
And it turns out Demi's really feeling the vibes here in space, but it turns out Magdal was also feeling the vibes of our pod, and she is a listener. She's a deep listener of the pod, and she was so thrilled to know that she was singled out that she invited us to a circuit party here on the Green Planet, which is currently where Demi and I are. Demi, how are you holding up in this party?
E.T., go to tickling. I'm vibing right now. I'm just like, do you know, this has been my dream forever, is just to like be on this green planet with all of this amazing weirdness. It seems like a fever dream.
I think, Demi, after given the amount of Green Planet substances, you might be upchucking some green later after this, I might say, because we don't know what's in these drinks here at the Green Planet.
Somebody stop me. No, actually, don't. I'll find out for myself later.
I will be posting footage of Demi dancing on the interplanetary mission here to the Instagram story. I also, Teakley is currently trying to dance up on me to Petey Pablo's Freak-a-Leak. Teakley. Now, wait a minute, he's changing the lyrics to Teak-a-Leak? This is now Teak-a-Leak. Teakley has fully gone overboard in this interplanetary party. So we've got it, Demi. We need to go find the green room. We're the celebrity guests. We need to go find the green room to record. Okay, here, we're going to step away. Now, we do have important matters to discuss here. Our giveaway, we needed to do a little update on our giveaway because we still have got a week left in this contest. The rules still stand. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at ParkPeepsPod and subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a comment and a top rating score on your podcast app of choice. And on Spotify, this can be just a comment on the episode, but make sure you give us a 5-star rating before you do that. Now, we were discovering, and something that we did not realize at first, Instagram, if you're not mutual followers, it does not allow you to send an image first. So just drop us a message on Instagram, let us know what's going on, and we'll take care of you, and we will let you know what to do from there. So just make sure you do, like I said, give us that top rating wherever you go. The best review or comment that we receive on Apple and Spotify will win that $50 Disney gift card. So we've got some really lovely responses so far, and we look forward to more submissions coming in this week.
Yeah, and if you've been catching up on my YouTube channel, you should know that you can get a lot of Disney for $50.
That's true. Demi do be having those $50 videos.
Oh yeah, all day eats in every park for $50.
But Demi, in addition to all of the wonderful things that you're doing on the Magical Hijinks YouTube, you also just did a video from a boat down on Earth, didn't you? A tugboat.
Yes, it was a tugboat, a Norwegian tugboat.
Yeah, a fjord.
A fjord. I came back from it. My husband's like, "You went on a voyage, didn't you?" And I was like, "I did." Yeah, I'm very excited. So this this episode's going to drop before my video drops. It'll be this Thursday, April 16th at 3 p.m. I post Thursdays at 3 on the Magical Hijinks YouTube channel. It's a mega video of the Norwegian getaway. This is my first solo cruise, my first non-Disney cruise. And it was a very interesting experience. This was a refurbished ship. This was built in 2014, but in 2024, it had a refurb. So you're getting all these new amenities for 2014 ship prices. Joey, you're not really much of a cruiser, so I don't know if you know this, but when you're a solo passenger on most ships, you have to still pay double occupancy. But Norwegian is one of the few ships that do solo rates and solo cabins. Virgin is also another one that does it. And so that's why I really wanted to do Norwegian. My husband, Mr. Antics, is not really a cruise person. So it's hard when you're a solo passenger to, you have to drop a lot of extra money if you're doing those other ships. So I also wanted to know if I liked cruising outside of Disney. I've only done the Disney cruise. And that is what my 2-minute tea time is about today. So I'm going to throw it to Demi
of the past
from last week on Norwegian Cruise Line's private island, Great Stirrup Key or K. I called it K, and that's what we're going to go with. But apparently it's supposed to be Key, like Castaway Key. I don't know. And here she is. Sup, my park peeps dudes, Demi coming to you live from Norwegian Cruise Line's private island, Great Stirrup Cay. This is my final day on the Norwegian getaway on my 3-night cruise, and I wanted to find out on this trip, do I like cruises or do I like Disney cruises? And I have come to the conclusion, I like cruises, and I'm really open to doing more of them, especially if the price is right, and the price was right for this one for sure. I think that for me, what I want on a cruise is just to do nothing. And I think that's why I am feeling this cruise era come upon me, because I have been hustling in those parks for 5.5 years and I love it. Trust me, I love it so much. But it is really nice to be able to still create content and, videos and hustle for sure, but have everything where you are, to have a cabin right downstairs or something, and that is just such a lovely luxury. Or just to know that the cruise ship isn't going to close at a certain point, so even if you forget to film something, you can go at any time really to film it, depending on whatever it is, right? And it's really nice. It's a really nice way of being able to do what I love to do, but also have some downtime. And I'm really here for it, because the beauty about cruise is you can do something, you can do an activity, you can go to the pool, you can be in your cabin and do absolutely nothing. And I'm here for that. And then the best part is, what I think is nicer compared to maybe an all-inclusive, is that, you get to go to different ports or whatever, depending on what you're doing. So obviously there's much cooler places, there's European things, but I love being able to go in a beautiful ocean that you can see right through on a white sand beach, because let me tell you, New York oceans ain't that. And after I did Castaway Key, I was spoiled. So if there is a cheap cruise that is at least clean and takes you to a private island that has blue water and white sand, I'm gonna sign up, I think, if I can, if it's possible, and if the price is right.
It just makes me think of the great Tiffany New York Pollard when she says Norwegia. So you went to Norwegia. I believe she was asking Brooklyn Heights about where she was from, and she was like, Norwegia. So yeah, Demi,
I've always respected your hairline, Joey.
Yeah.
That's our second podcast, is all about Tiffany New York Pollard.
Tiffany New York Pollard, the icon, the legend.
The icon, yeah.
But okay, maybe someday I'll go on a boat. I don't know if I'll ever go on a boat. maybe soon.
I would like to try to convince you to go on a boat with me.
Yeah,
but
in the summertime.
In the summertime, I think I would love to do that with you. I think you would have fun. I really wasn't sure about it, and I think in my old age of 31, I'm really liking it.
Demi is just feeling these Green Planet teas and these Green Planet vibes, and we're cruising, we're Norwegian. We are really we're cooking here, and we've got a lot to discuss outside of the boat. 'Cause I think I failed to mention at the top of this episode that we are asking a somewhat philosophical, existential, and interplanetary question that needs an answer. What the hell is Universal building? Because they're building so many things. They're out there with their little machines. They're building materials. They are really cracking on some of this stuff. So we're going to break it all down today, and we're going to get to the bottom. Well, actually, we're probably not going to get to the bottom of it because we have absolutely no idea.
But we can speculate.
We can speculate. We can still speculate, and that's what we're doing. We're a bunch of speculators here in space in the green room at the Magdal Circuit Party.
Yeah, now, we do know, though, real quick, that and I just told you, Joey, I just found this out, that the Epic Preview Center on City Walk is going to close on April 13th, and they're going to put back the Legacy store.
Well, it closed yesterday.
It closed yesterday. I'm so sorry. It
closed yesterday on my birthday.
On your birthday. Yes. Make sure to send Joey all his birthday wishes, by the way. Even though
yesterday.
Yesterday. It's okay. But yeah, so the Legacy store is coming back, which is great because that's where you can get all your classic Universal merch, and there's going to be photo ops, and I'm happy to have that back. And then guess what? You know how like they have that like fast food area upstairs in City Walk? They're getting rid of Burger King, and they're putting in a Five Guys.
Oh, so well, interesting.
I don't know if that's good or bad for, I think it depends on if you prefer. I mean, why? I mean, I like Five Guys.
So Five Guys, I have always said this, even back when I was a gluten eater, a regular frequent gluten eater. Five Guys was the only restaurant in recorded history that every time I would eat there, I would have some sort of digestive issue, and I don't know what it is. It even as a college student with a stomach of steel, there was a Five Guys right near. I went to, for the first 2 years of college, I went to the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown. There was a Five Guys in Johnstown, and for some reason, I don't know what it was, every time I would eat there, I just would feel sick the whole next day. So I will not be, there will be now Four Guys, because I will not be attending.
Well, I mean, I don't really eat either. I'm probably not going to eat either of them, truthfully. I'm going to be snacking on actual Universal snacks, or if we're at City Walk, I mean, you know, there's lots of good stuff over there. I've done videos. Go check them out.
There's that sandwich place that me, Stephanie, Lindsay, and my dear friend Abby, when we went to Mardi Gras, and there was. Yes, it was so good. They had gluten-free sandwich options, and it was amazing. And also, there was a really nice couple that we were searching for a table, and they were at a table for 4, and they saw that the only other open table was a table for 2, and they swapped out with us. So good vibes all around there.
Yeah.
But speaking of good vibes, yes, I do think this makes sense that the preview store is now closing. Epic, I feel, is now an established space. It's been pretty much a year since it's been open, and I do think that Epic, because they play lots of commercials for this thing on TV. There were Super Bowl commercials, and there's commercials during RuPaul's Drag Race every week, and I'm just like, if you're advertising during Drag Race, like, you are reaching the masses. So I do think that Epic Universe is now part of the cultural conversation beyond just the theme park community. So the preview store, or the preview center, I just don't know that they necessarily even need it anymore. No. So now they're going to maximize it and make some money off it. What I do want to know is, though,
can Demi, I have the model?
That's what you read my mind, because I was sitting here thinking, like, who do I have to talk to get the little burning blade to put in my collection behind me right next to Laura Dern Dinosaur?
Yeah, I don't need to have the whole thing, but like, just I'll take some of it.
Yeah.
Like, I want something.
Maybe tree.
Frankenstein's manor.
Yeah, give us a tree. Give me something. Give me a little piece of Stardust track. And Demi, I have to say, given that model, I guess we can say that model is camp. I think that model's camp.
Yeah.
But you have failed to mention anything about my attire for this episode. And I am deeply upset.
That's so funny you say that, because my next thing that I was going to say is, we're 13 minutes into this episode, and what's so funny is I've been staring at Joey and trying not to laugh.
Mm-hmm. This is my professional attire. For
the Green Planet.
Yes.
Joey is wearing his ET hat, and it's amazing. It's literally like...
Wait a minute.
What?
What if they think I
You are ET?
I K-worded ET, and I'm now wearing his head. Wait, okay, the circuit party has now turned against us. The circuit party has now turned against us.
Oh no, we have to go!
We have to run. It's a mutiny. We're getting into our spaceships, our escape pods. We're now back on Earth at Universal Studios Florida.
Oh my gosh, that was such a close one. Joey, what were you thinking?
I don't know, but I am indeed wearing E.T.'s decapitated head on my hat.
It's insane.
It really is. So I have to also shout out to Stephanie, who, I was harassing to buy me one of these hats when I wasn't down there. I think it was like 2 years ago. And then when I was at the park with Stephanie, we did finally find one. I also call this my E.T. cinnamon bun hat, because it looks like a cinnamon bun, but I have to say, that I like to surround myself in my bedroom with theme park memorabilia. This is one that I would say, even though I've had it for now 2 years, I have not learned the lesson of not keeping this on a drawer that is in front of my bed, so that when I wake up in the middle of the night and aliens are my deepest fear and I lock eyes with E.T. staring at me in the darkness. So not a good idea if you are going to purchase this hat, but I would say it does look quite nice. But that serves as a transition, I feel, back here on the earthly realm of Universal Orlando Resort.
Yes.
Now that we are back here on the planet.
We landed right on the globe.
We did. We landed. We couldn't have picked a better landing spot.
Yeah.
But, Artemis was going up. We're coming down in the same spot. And there's videos of us that people can see us descending from Epcot. But I do want to talk about, speaking of land and earth, there is a parcel of land clearing that is happening right now near Epic Universe on the Universal Orlando South Campus. Now, it does fit into our theme today of what the hell is Universal building, because there's a lot of speculation going on here. Right now, it doesn't look like much, but it is a very clearly defined parcel of land. It is near the Top Golf, near Epic Universe. It's a little bit to what direction is that? West of where Stella and Terra are. It's a little bit west of the park, but realistically, there's places where the mind goes now, and I have to stress to this, Demi and I we have no insider tea on this. We do not know anything about what is going on here. We have no sources other than what we are reading online. So this is just fun speculation. But if I had to take an educated guess, I think this could be something along the lines of like what I have been saying for a while that I would like to see happen with Horror Unleashed. Mm-hmm. I do think that they need to beef up this southern campus to entice people to go down more than just for Epic. Because as great as Stella and Terra are, and the Grand Helios are, they are not... I don't know that they're necessarily destinations that for people who aren't already going to Epic. I would say maybe sometimes going to that rooftop bar at Helios Grand could be a draw, and I think that that's probably a small amount of people that would go there for that. But I do think they need something else down there. So
they need something walkable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fully. And now what is funny though is that this parcel of land is not necessarily walkable to Epic Universe. It is a little bit further. So, but that makes me think of all of these rumors and speculation that we were hearing that they are going to have some sort of underground transportation system that will eventually connect. And I could also see them expanding maybe that bus system to also go over to whatever parcel this land is for. Watch this be just like a storage site for a staging site for that new attraction that they're building at Epic. This could be just like
It's another conference building.
It's a conference building, yes. The Helios Grand Conference Building. But it does seem like they are doing something here. And I think in an ideal world, like I said, I would like to see it be maybe a small complex where we do have a year-round sort of Horror Unleashed attraction.
Oh, I'd want that so bad.
Where it could become something like Universal Horror Legacy or Halloween Horror Nights Legacy. And we see houses that are super popular from years past have a more permanent year-round home, but they still swap them out from year to year. And then you sell a ticket package for Halloween Horror Nights that includes this as an add-on.
Yeah.
So you do this, and then you can also do Halloween Horror Nights at studios.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that I think they would also need to do is build some sort of City Walk adjacent thing outside of this. So
my question to you is, because I think, and it's a lot of people's questions, when they first announced Epic, didn't they announce some type of City Walk type of area, or was that or they just kind of like convoluting that with Celestial Park? Because now there are rumors that they're like, oh, maybe we'll open Celestial Park to the public, and then, you know, just the rides and the portals, you'll have to use your ticket.
Yeah, I remember that's been a rumor since even while it was under construction, was that there was an open, they're calling it the open hub concept. And as some people have pointed out online, and you and I have both seen this physically in the parks as well, you can clearly see at the entrance of every portal, if you look at the entrance to all the portals, you can see cut out squares in the concrete underneath the portals, which, if we're putting two and two together, clearly looks like it could fit a slotted in kind of plug and play facial recognition kiosk if they are going to open the hub. And then, which I could see them doing once this event space opens up in the plot of land immediately to the left when you open in the park, or when that opens, because that's what they're constructing right next to the Captain Cacao store, and it's not a Captain Cacao dark ride, which I know it should be. So I could see them doing that once this gets off the ground, and maybe this would be a really cool thing for festivals, local festivals, when they open it up for annual pass holders and the public. You just let the public go into Celestial Park. You know, Constellation Carousel is then sort of free to ride. So is Stardust Racers, I guess, then.
No, I think you would just have to scan your park ticket to ride.
Maybe. Yeah. And then, and then the portals might be less crowded, or you could do this for some sort of corporate event too, where Celestial Park is then open to the public, but then there's like a corporate event that rents out the different portals. So you could be doing two. That could maximize the space for the entire park down there.
I think it would be so smart to first let like pass holders have Celestial Park open to themselves. Because on top of it, you know, not that there isn't, tons of coverage, but, you know, I think like, you know, it's always good to have, especially like as a creator, you know, we're not going there every day like we are to the other parks, because we're not going to pay $150 each time to go in. But to have like, you know, people just going there and just posting their, you know, days in Celestial Park or just some experiences, whether you're like an actual like creator or just like a person that's sharing your experience online, I think that's really good exposure for Epic. And I think that would be a really smart thing to do, you know, and especially because I think Celestial Park is absolutely beautiful, and they have all these performers all the time, and like hardly anyone is watching them. And I feel terrible, but it's like, well, I mean, yes, I do want to get myself a Frosty Moon and sit and watch you, but I also want to go ride Monsters Unchained a billion times. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So I think
what about 2 billion?
2 billion, yeah. They used to have, I haven't seen them in a while, but do you remember those like moving statue people?
Oh yeah.
And they had like violinists, like just like people scattered around. And I think that would just be a really lovely, because remember when we took my husband to Epic, and do you remember what he said? He said, I would love to come and bring my laptop and work here.
Yeah.
Because it's like a beautiful park, which it is. Like Celestial Park feels like a park.
And I think this might be also, I know that a lot of people have said many times, have pointed out that Celestial Park is essentially 2 rides, 3 technically, because I count Stardust as 2. It's actually 3 rides and a bunch of restaurants. So I'm just like, this now makes sense to me as to why there would... And a splash pad. And this makes sense to me as to why there would be so many restaurants and quick service locations inside Celestial Park, because if you are eventually going to do an open hub concept, you then have all of these cash opportunities for people to go into the restaurants, and because you're not going to charge people to go into the restaurants, but
Right.
people are going to be buying food in these in all of the major restaurants at Epic,
Yeah.
outside of our favorite Dust Steakhouse and a lot of the great places in
Yeah.
Burke are the good ones. The really, really, really good ones are
Yeah.
in Celestial Park.
Especially like, I mean, the Atlantic is
I
unbelievable.
love Atlantic. We had such a good time there
Such a
that
good
day.
time. And honestly, like my only concern is like, then you have, so that's the thing. Like, then if I go and I pay $150 for a ticket for Epic and I want to go to the Atlantic, now it's going to be probably booked up.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing where I'm like, is it really a good idea? Or if I'm like going on, if like, think of it this way. I always think of it this way. If I am going on my one vacation this year and I spent all this money and, with my family, and I'm going and we're going to Epic Universe and I'm paying $150 for a family of 4 for my one time that I'm probably coming here for at least 10 years, maybe, I want to have the greatest experience possible. And so it's really difficult to say what is the best course of action here.
I think also if you do an open hub listen, people that vacation to Orlando and these parks, they're going to Hollywood Studios thinking they're going to see Harry Potter. So are those same people? Are those same people like? Are those same people going to understand what the open hub concept means, and are they going to show up and be like, I can get the park's free today. Why can't I go see Harry Potter? I think that also is a very real thing that they have to think about.
I know this would work. This is once again something that could possibly work in California, but not work in Orlando.
Yeah, I agree. Just because it's such a local place, and if we only get an Epic Universe, if they would just sell that
Wepic Universe for West.
Wepic Universe, Westcott Wepic Universe. Yeah. Demi, do you want to go to Wepic Universe? Wepic Universe. My wish is to go to Wepic Universe. My wish.
I don't even remember what episode we started doing that, but every time we do my wish, I just start crying of laughter.
You have to put your hands here like this.
Yes.
My wish.
Against the face.
Yes.
My wish.
Well, I think that, are there any other things that we could potentially, other than, okay, so we've got a sort of City Walk-ish style place with an attached Horror Unleashed in a more permanent capacity at this parcel of land. Could just be staging for whatever they're building at Epic Universe right now.
Another hotel.
Could be another hotel, which I don't necessarily would think would be a bad idea if they, or could it be some sort of, thinking along the lines of how leaning into nostalgia a lot of these parks have been recently. I'm thinking of something like, could it be something getting up off the ground, something like Disney, like what Disney Quest was at when it was Downtown Disney.
I doubt it. I think because they have they're going to put the Legacy store back. They have right now, remember at City Walk they have the escape room thing, and that's, one is Jurassic World, not Jurassic Park, but the other one is like Back to the Future. I think it would be smart, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I think because also they have the Mega Movie Parade, and that celebrates and the classic Universal. I think they feel like they cover enough of that, because I think what happens is even though those movies will span over generations, there are still older generations that, cling on to those and, I want to go to Universal because of E.T., because that's what I liked going to when I was a kid at Universal, or the movie that I liked. But I think and we can see it in their expansion to the kids resort in Texas, with all these new properties. I think they are probably going to want to keep doing new things to bring in the younger generation.
Wait, Disney Quest was Disney Quest was an indoor theme park that all had virtual attractions. It was not. I'm now.
But I thought you were going to say it was going to have virtual attractions that had the classic Universal movies.
I think that could be fun. But I also think, now that I'm thinking, based on what you just said, out in Hollywood they have the Fan Fest. So could this
I
be
don't
a
think we're
more
getting fan
fan fest kind of situation? Because Universal has what are their festival-ish kind of events like HHN, Mardi Gras,
and holidays.
Holidays.
And
so
then they have like butterbeer season, which is it's just extra butterbeer that you can purchase throughout
yeah,
the
but
day.
but how great would it be to have some sort of more permanent, just like Horror Unleashed could be a permanent year-round thing with
Yeah.
HHN Legacy, to have a permanent fan fest thing where you could have different event spaces and then slot in these different nostalgic things.
I
You're
mean,
like,
in theory, yeah. I mean, I'm there for it. I'm here for it. Do I think that's what's happening? No.
yeah, probably not. I think it's low on the list, but I mean, it could be cool.
Yeah.
But it could just be
Because
it
also,
could just be City Walk 2.0.
what you have to understand is some of the things with FanFest, like they're not doing it this year, which I'm shocked. And I was really mad that I didn't get to go last year. If they ever do it again, I will go. You know, they have like the real sets of some movies like Hill Valley for Back to the Future, but they have the set there, the original set. So that's like part of the coolness of that is that you are literally going to the real Hill Valley and, you know, on the set and doing the fan fest. I think that's like a huge draw, which is maybe they're using the set. Maybe that's why they're not doing that one this year, or they just want to do other things. But I don't know. I don't see us doing fan fest. I think that's kind of like how like Disneyland has a lot of after hour event type things and we don't here in Orlando. I think they just know that will cater to those locals, even though I think they would do super well, but I just don't see it.
We also have to remember that they have south of Epic, they've got room for a whole another theme park. So, I mean, this could be, I think eventually we're going to see something there. And I do think it would make probably more sense for them to do a City Walk style thing right outside the gates of Epic. But they also have that huge parking lot there, and I imagine that in some capacity the design and execution of Epic was built to within mind, okay, eventually we are going to have some sort of additive thing here. So
right.
I think we just have to keep our eyes on this could be the very first piece of the puzzle for whatever is coming down there.
What would even a fourth gate look like? I mean, technically fifth, because
what are we gonna say? Well,
they do count it.
Fifth.
They do count it. Like
I know.
In the actual language, yes.
I guess technically it is like, sure. I mean, we don't want to diminish the work that went into
no, absolutely not
to Volcano Bay, but I do think. Yes, the fifth. That would be funny if Universal could market that they had the fifth gate before Disney.
Oh my god!
That could be really funny.
Maybe that's what they're trying to do. Oh my god, Joey! What if you crack?
They're like, we have 5. We're the only Orlando resort that has 5.
Then Disney has to start changing all of their language. 6 parks.
6 parks. Well, like we say, when
too many golf courses. You only have 1.
Yes, but when the competition really starts to heat up, we all win, because then, that might light a fire under Disney to be like, okay, let's open the 5th gate. Anyway, I think we've and this is really exciting. So I think we all need to keep our eyes on this. The other thing that we need to speak about, in addition to, I just want to mention briefly a lot of the projects that are that we do know about that are happening at Universal Orlando. Obviously, the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift Coaster that is coming to studios, which there are now photos of the track that is laying and staging, and the track is it's much different than the Hollywood version. It is a beautiful light gray with a dark blue supports, and I think that that's going to look really nice not only on City Walk, but it's going to look really nice behind the buildings of the section there where you're going to be able to see it where Hollywood Ride Rocket once was. So we've got that. We also have the next thing that we're going to talk about, which is I guess we should also talk about the refurbishment of Jurassic Park River Adventure, because that is going to open in November. And I do think finally we are going to see animatronics that actually, they wouldn't be spending this much time on it if we weren't going to see the animatronics back in action. I think we could see the return of the spitting dinosaurs in the boat down at the bottom. I think we could see the return of the car that falls over because that never works. I do think that we could see a lot of really cool surprises in here as well. So I think it's going to look really amazing. They're spending a year on this. Really looking forward to see, because that is one of my favorite rides there. I always make sure to hit it.
Yeah, I mean, I have to tell you that the first time I rode Jurassic World in Hollywood, it kind of like ruined Jurassic Park for me. It's so
just because it's
good.
so much better.
It's
Yeah.
so good. And then I
Yeah.
go back to Universal Islands and I'm just like, I mean, it's fine.
There's something about, I don't know. I think, yes, more technologically advanced and definitely spruced up and looks prettier for sure. However, I like River Adventure better. I really do. I just think that it has that nostalgic feel, not only of the first film, but it also has the nostalgic feel of like that last remaining era of classic Universal.
I agree.
That's from the 90s that kind of we've lost.
Yes.
So I do. That's why I like it.
Fully agree with you. And as someone who it's funny that I feel that way because I'm always the one that's like, no, I want to hold on to the old. I want the old. I keep the old because I didn't have the old. I want the old. But man, there was something about like the way they did the one in Hollywood. It's just really good.
It's great. It's really great.
But the thing is, and I will say this as a Jurassic Park fan, I am not a fan of the World movies. So like I want Jurassic Park, but I like that beginning so much in the Jurassic World ride that I wish we had something like that and then don't change anything else.
They have, I mean, it's pretty much confirmed, given the signage that is all around this attraction right now that's under construction. They have pretty much alluded to the fact that this is not getting the Jurassic World makeover, that it is remaining Jurassic Park River Adventure. So I also do like, in some small way, they're keeping something exclusive for Hollywood, two different experiences, even though the layout is very similar. So really excited to see what happens there. But and maybe when it opens, I can go borrow a child to take me on to the as Demi would call it, the Pteranodon flyers.
How do you say it again?
Pteranodon.
Pteranodon flyers.
Yes, Pteranodon.
The folding outdoor chairs on the
yes, the lawn chairs, flying lawn chairs.
Flying lawn chairs. Oh my God, I'll never forget that.
So something I will never forget is my love and esteem for Pikachu, and actually Jinx. Jinx is my favorite Pokemon. Non-problematic version of Jinx is my favorite Pokemon, and I really hope we.
What's the problem? I'm really out of my Pokemon lore. What's the...
I would just say everybody should Google, if they are curious, Jinx Pokemon problematic, and let's just say it might get into the same territory that we got into with John on the Monster Mansion. Yeah, so they changed her to be purple. So yeah, that was a little hiccup there with Jinx. However, that's why I say that non-problematic version of Jinx is my favorite Pokemon. But and the reason we are bringing up Pokemon is because, listen, everybody's been speculating and not scheming. I was going to say scheming. We've been speculating and prophesizing that, because Universal did announce many years ago now that they were working with Pokemon to bring attractions to the parks. Now the rumor is, it's like kind of confirmed, kind of not confirmed, that the Spider-Man ride at Universal Japan was closing, and then everybody was assuming that that was going to be replaced by some sort of Pokemon ride. And then Universal's announcement at the time, when they were saying that they were working with Pokemon, it did confirm that it was going to happen at more than one park. Now, Lost Continent has been sitting here.
Yeah.
She's been hanging on with her dollar store wig.
Oh yeah.
For a good many number of years. And it does bring me a great deal of sadness to see that, because I do think it is such an amazing, amazing land. And
with great food.
Great food. And I do think that we are losing a really interesting, multifaceted, dynamic piece of theme park history, because it's clearly closing. I mean, Universal hasn't said anything yet, but they have closed every attraction here. Sinbad, Dueling Dragons got rebranded into the Harry Potter section, and then obviously demolished, and Hagrid's is now there. Poseidon's Fury, which is one of the most amazing things Universal has ever done. And
amazing.
I think it really is.
I mean, the water tunnel is amazing.
It's that, but that whole thing. I mean, what other theme park attraction at a major Disney or Universal park can you think of where you are walking through a hybrid maze slash exploratory live performance with a live actor, with all these tricks and effects,
Joey,
but it's not a musical theater production. It's an experiential. And now listen, if Poseidon came out and was singing to me, I would be like, I'm out, take me out the exit. But, or I would just jump in the water and drown myself. But I really do think that this was a really cool thing that you don't see at theme parks at all anymore. Outside of like maybe a smaller European park, I could see doing something like this on a much smaller scale. However, this is really, really cool.
It is cool. I wish
loved it so
I
much.
wish they made it. You know, I only did it a handful of times, and it really looked what.
Wait, no, I just got a really exciting thought. Finish what you're saying, and then I'll go to mine.
No, go ahead.
Because I just got a really exciting thought. Because if we're saying that this is going to be replacing, or I couldn't control myself there. I just went, but if we are speculating that Pokemon is replacing this, I am getting chills right now. I could see this being adapted to some sort of walkthrough Pokemon experience.
I was
like
just
that.
gonna say that, Joseph.
Listen, we are on the same wavelength.
Because I swear to God, if Universal gets rid of that water tunnel, what are you doing? It's so cool.
You could have a little Starmie and a little Squirtle at the bottom, like it's coming out of their mouths and like making that water tunnel. And we could have Professor Oak or Ash being the person that leads us through.
And let me be clear. I don't even care if it makes sense or not.
No.
Just don't get rid of the water tunnel.
Yeah, don't get rid of the water tunnel. And also, but could you imagine that final scene in Poseidon's Fury being adapted to be a Pokemon battle with water Pokemon and lightning and fire?
All of this,
Yes, yeah. I really think that this could be something that they do because they have now perfected even better than what they were doing in Poseidon's Fury, the technology of, especially if we look at something like Monsters Unchained. I actually think Monsters Unchained would be a good template for something like this because of the mix of the foreground and background screens and physical effects. So you could have something like a Pokemon animatronic interacting with something on the screen behind it, but build out that sort of frame in the physical realm and have it be a really cool depth perception kind of thing. Can you imagine that all around you? That could be a Pokemon gym.
Oh, man.
Okay, now I'm on board. I'm like, get Poseidon out of there. We're doing a Pokemon battle. Me and Jinx. I'm showing up with my little Jinx. And it's going to turn into just a drag race show with Jinx and Serena and Gardevoir there doing their little drag number on the stage. And I'm like, yes.
I think it's so good too and especially because of the capacity of people that attraction holds, which Islands really needs because, you know, you have like so many heavy hitters and then that would really be able to spread people out even more.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And because there's also separate, there's little tiny pockets in that. It's not all just one and done. You have to wait till everybody's done. You can go in sections. So that could be a real people eater for this Pokemon. And now I'm convinced this is going to be, it could be, wait a minute. Okay. It could be the journey to the, in the first Pokemon game, isn't it the Indigo League when you are the final four, you're battling the final four people? This could be you building your way up to the final battle with Demi, we cracked the code. We cracked the code. And I think that this could happen. And because there was also I saw someone online recently posted, and this is unverified, have no idea if this is true or not, but they did post a document that Universal apparently filed a trademark for a piece of technology that was for a live stage show hybrid kind of thing that would involve some sort of, and it sounded to me, I don't remember the exact language of it, but it sounded to me when I read it, I was like, that sounds like Pokemon Go. Essentially what Pokemon Go is doing, where it's taking images in the real space, but augmenting them to put it, I think it said some like animated or computer figures into them. So that was a really bad description of it.
Universal loves a side quest activity that you can do like a wand or a power-up band, and now you can do Pokemon Go, some version like that at Universal.
As
I
long as I can walk through that park with Jinx next to me, I am sold.
and hijinks.
Magical. Wait a minute.
I know.
Magical hijinks.
I know.
Wow. You know that's HIJYNX. So I am really actually very much excited because I've never thought of this until we were just, look at us in our little brainstorm session. I've never thought of that before.
We were right here with each other. We were
Yes,
right here.
We were. We truly were. It's that, you know what? It's my cinnamon bun. All my brain is stored
Yeah.
in ET.
And realistically, this could very much happen. Universal and other theme parks don't, if there's an existing structure, they want to utilize that. They're not going to knock it down and build something new.
Oh, yeah.
Like, people are saying like, oh, well, when they put the new Fast and Furious coaster, the Fast and Furious ride will go away. And it's like, okay, so here's my thing about that. Everyone loves to complain about Fast and Furious, but it's not Fast and Furious's fault that it's a, unpopular attraction. It's the ride style. People don't like the ride style. So guess what? You're just going to have a different ride overlay over the same ride, and you're still probably not going to like it as much because no one's calling somebody Cookie Puss anymore.
Cookie Puss. Oh my God, I forgot Cookie Puss. We're really throwing it back to season 1 here. But I do think, I think that they are going to listen to that feedback, though. I do have to disagree with you there. I do think that they are going to keep the building, but I think that it's going to be a completely different experience. I don't think it's going to be the same ride system. I think that they're probably going to put something else in there. Because they also use that space for Horror Nights. They're at least at the very least they'll keep it as a queue area, I think. Yeah. So
what are they going to do if it's one, like, okay, maybe if it's under refurbishment, you can still be able to use the queue for it, right? But like, you can't, like, what are they going to do when it's a brand new attraction and like, sometimes, like, they just fully close that ride during Horror Nights season. Like, it's, like, you can't just close this new attraction. Like,
actually, that's true. No, you're right. Because now that makes me think maybe they will just get rid of that whole building, because they could just, in all honesty, I mean, they have the space. They could just build another sprung tent. Like, they don't. They can afford to lose an HHN space, I think, in Orlando. So, maybe that's interesting. Yeah, maybe they will just knock that down and do something else with it and move a sprung tent somewhere else. However, I do think that this is all very exciting, because I really, if they're not going to do, if Lost Continent can't be Lost Continent anymore, I really am, it's starting to feel, I don't want to use the word annoying, but it's starting to feel like, come on, like, let's do something with this space, because it's just, I love it's torture walking through it.
And now All Hallows Eve Boutique is closed, and they moved it to the front of the park. Yeah. I mean, this is my one issue with when it comes to this land being gone, because yes, right now it is just a shell of itself. But I'm really upset that we're going to be losing the food, because you have really good Mediterranean food and the quick service. The kebabs are good. Oh my God, what were they called? Like the little Greek honey puffs. They're so good. Mythos, as a Greek person, I will say, is decent.
Our very first Park Peeps fight on episode 1.
Decent. The tzatziki, not my favorite. But I love seeing some, like, Greek representation up in these parks, I will say. Mm-hmm. We don't really have that in Disney World, except during Food and Wine. We get the Greek stand. I don't know. And people love Greek food. So, like, I mean, listen, we're probably, if it's Pokemon, it's probably going to become, like, some really good Japanese restaurant. So, like, I'm hoping, right?
Or it'll probably be, like, you can eat fried Magikarp. That's will be the kebabs will be fried Magikarp, and, or, like, Charmander tails, and, the chicken wings will be Cubone skulls. So I would love that, but not Jinx. We're not eating Jinx. Okay.
Just pull a wand on me?
I've been this entire episode, even though I do not like Harry Potter in any capacity, I have been pointing and using for emphasis my wand that I got at the Epic preview.
Yeah, because it's fun to point the wand.
Yeah. This is the one that Quincy made me switch for, because Quincy was like, I like the other one better. And I was like, I don't care about Harry Potter. You can take it. But then this one ended up being more my vibe, because it's silver and black.
Cool.
So,
I like that one.
Look at us showing off our wands. Yeah. But so I do. There was something, what was I going to say? There was one other thing that I was going to say about this. I do think that the Sinbad show, I have seen some speculation where people are expecting that the entire land is going to be leveled. I do not, like you said earlier, Demi, I do not think that that is the case here. I don't think that they are going to level the entire lost continent. I think if that was the case, they would have started work on this long ago. I do think it is going to be a matter. I think they're going to keep the Poseidon building. Sinbad.
So do you think instead of Poseidon's arm coming out of the ground, it's going to be like a giant Pikachu?
Or a giant
like made out of
arm
rockwork.
holding a Pokeball. Yeah. No, this is so cool. I really, but I know we're going to get a Pokemon. One of those little, the kebab place is going to be a Pokemon Center.
Yeah.
Something's going to be a Pokemon Center. Mythos, I could see turning into, what could Mythos turn into? I kind of hope they just keep Mythos as Mythos, but
can we just keep, we can rename it, but just like, if we need to, I don't know. I'm like really upset by that. I think I know. I'm most upset about the food situation and, but, and also I guess we're getting rid of the talking fountain.
But see, listen, wait a minute. Not necessarily. I think that it could be in a world where this fountain remains. It squirts water at people. It could be a Starmie or a Staryu or a Squirtle. And it might not have the same ability to interact with you and speak to you, but it could say you still could have it squirting as a Pokemon, but then somebody else, in whatever the Pokemon is, it just being like Squirtle, and that kind of interactive element. But I am really excited to see where this goes. And,
me too. Do you think they're still going to do like the I think, don't they do like tarot cards and henna in that land too?
Yeah, they do. Actually, I was just going to say that reminds me. I really just hope they keep the caftan store because
I feel like
I need a Pokemon caftan.
I feel like you can move a lot of that over to Port of Entry. I feel like there's a lot of crossover, and I really hope, and especially if like there's like vendors that have like I hope they continue to work because I'd feel really bad for people losing out on their jobs.
Well, they also have at the exit to Poseidon, they have that like what I was talking about, the caftan store, but they also sell like pearls and jewelry and stuff in there. I mean, you could just a lot of this stuff. I do think that Universal could just adapt for a Pokemon theme. I mean, like we're saying, the food stuff. I don't necessarily know that a lot of the food stuff would need to go away. Maybe they'll revamp some of the menu, but that's all clearly going to remain food options. But I think that there's a world in which you could keep the kebabs, just theme it to Pokemon and just keep the kebabs and keep other dishes, have a slightly Pokemon-ish twist. But that Pearl store, I mean, make it be what the hell's the Cloyster is the clam Pokemon he's like a little black pearl inside there. So make it like Cloyster's Pearl Shop.
I would have never been able to pull that one.
Just make it like a Cloyster's Pearl Shop.
This is my problem now. I have to like go into deep Pokemon lore to prepare myself for this land. And
I love Pokemon.
I'm 31. I watched Pokemon when I was 7. I played Pokemon cards until like maybe 9. Maybe I watched it. I truly cannot remember anything. I have to go back so many years. I didn't think I had those many years like under me, and then you realize, oh no, you do.
Yeah, I really look forward to having this epiphany when I turn 30 as well in about 6 years. So because yesterday was my 25th birthday.
36.
Did you just reveal my age on the air?
You've done that before. They already know your age.
They don't remember because every time they see my face, they're like, there's no way that woman is 36.
No, I mean, that's true. So young looking.
I think I might just take the philosophy of, was it you or was it somebody else that was telling me that they were like, stop telling people that you're 24, which I never did seriously. It's a bit. I understand it's a joke. But they're like, why would you not just want to tell people your real age because you so do not look your age? And that's more amazing than...
It is.
Yeah.
Looking like a jacked up 19-year-old.
Right. It's like, do you want to look like a rough 19 or a impeccable, amazing 36? And I'm like, yeah, I want to look like an impeccable,
I know. Everyone always
36.
tells me they can't believe that I'm 31. And then I'm like, oh, you're lying because I look 31 now.
I don't think you look 31, actually. I really don't. But yeah. Anyway, is there any other Universal projects that we've got going on that we? Oh,
Well,
we could talk about Universal Great Britain.
well,
Kylie Minogue the Ride.
No, well, wait, what?
Kylie Minogue the Ride, our famous,
Yeah,
our famous episode.
yeah, I know. I love that episode.
Me too.
Is there an update on Universal Great Britain?
Just a whole lot of dirt. Well, I don't know if there's anything else that Universal currently has under construction that we could talk about besides like the Tribute Store, HHN, which we've covered all of this extensively.
Yeah, nothing new with any developments for our favorite event of the year, unfortunately. But I mean, I'm just
spec
really
maps.
Yeah, but I'm done with spec maps. Let me be so for real. I just don't even want to look at them anymore. I don't believe them until I see them because everyone was super convinced that Scream was going to be there last year. And because they put the tickets out before all the house announcements, I had to buy the pass that had Saturdays available because if Scream was available, then I had to go on a weekend with my friend and then it didn't happen. And you know what? I'm no longer speculating. I'm done.
This is my reaction. I'm the Scream mask.
You're a Scream mask.
Yeah, no, I did love that I did that on a non-visual
on an
podcast.
Audio,
yeah,
podcast. Yeah.
Paint a picture with your mind, everybody.
Yeah, I think I can't because I feel like they're never even right.
Sometimes most of the time they're pretty accurate.
They're like maybe 60% right.
Yeah. But I mean, I'll take 60 over. It's fun. It's fun to
it's
see
fun,
the
but
speculating.
Anyway. Well, I guess we figured out what the hell Universal is doing, but we also didn't.
Cracked the code and then somehow also fried the egg that came out of the crack. So we are just, our brains are fried. Our rocket boosters are fried from escaping the green planet. Magdal has been texting me, telling me that we apparently absconded with Tikli. He could not get enough of my juicy derriere, he said. And he just wants, so Tikli is now Tika Leakin here on Earth with us. So Tikli, welcome to Earth. You can come to Universal and experience all of these new projects when they open in 2097.
He's really excited about Men in Black.
He really is. You can go find Tikli there. So that's our show for today. I just read Demi's line, but please keep up with us at Park Peeps Pod, at Joey Nolfi, and at Magical Hijinks. You know that's HIJINX, not HIJYNX, which it will be when the Pokemon Land opens, unconfirmed. And we will be back here next week.
So stay tuned. Make sure to enter the giveaway. Don't forget as well. And we will see you next week. Happy birthday, Joey.
Oh, thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.